Here's the top stories for September 22nd. President Marcos orders accountability for violent protesters in Manila. The Office of Civil Defense says over 1,000 families were preemptively evacuated as Super Typhoon Nando pounds Northern Luzon. Speaker Faustino D. has spoken, saying the Infrastructure Committee must leave the flood control project's probe to the ICI. PAGASA warns of life-threatening conditions in Northern Luzon due to Super Typhoon Nando. Obiena matched his season best to capture the Atletang Ayala World Pole Vault Challenge. President Marcos has ordered that all those who used violence during Sunday's rallies will be held accountable, Malacanang said, as it condemned the group that supposedly started what government officials described as anarchy. Communications Undersecretary Claire Castro made this statement following the violence that ensued in Manila on September 21st, after the peaceful anti-corruption protests in Luneta earlier that day. In a press briefing on Monday, September 22nd, Castro said those involved in the chaos would be held accountable. The palace press officer said the administration strongly condemned the group she referred to as Team Itim, describing them as masked troublemakers who burned properties, pelted the police with rocks, and hurled Molotov cocktails in Mendiola and Ayala Bridge. Figures from the Department of the Interior and local government showed 216 people were arrested on September 21st, including 127 adults and 89 minors. The DILG also reported that 95 police personnel were wounded during the dispersals, some of them requiring serious medical attention. More than 1,000 families were preemptively evacuated as Super Typhoon Nando unleashed heavy rains and strong winds in northern Luzon and nearby regions, the Office of Civil Defense reported Monday, September 22nd. OCD spokesperson Junie Castillo said government response agencies are on full mobilization in response to the directive of President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. and under the guidance of the National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council, which has been placed under red alert status. Pre-evacuation started as early as Friday and Saturday. As of last night, we're looking at around 1,000 families already moved to evacuation centers, he said. He said assistance was provided to the evacuees as food and non-food items were prepositioned in key areas. Castillo said some areas had already experienced rains as early as Sunday. Signal number 5 was raised over Babuyan Islands ahead of the expected landfall of Nando. He, however, noted that no local government unit has yet sought assistance for rescue operations. House Speaker Faustino D. III said that it would be for the best to just leave the investigation on the flood control project's mess to the Independent Commission on Infrastructure. In a chance interview Monday, September 22nd, D said the House must submit to the palace-created independent body. D was alluding to the House Infrastructure Committee, the special joint panel that was formed during the previous House leadership to probe anomalous and ghost flood mitigation projects in government. The Infracom has carried out 2 public hearings so far. The Philippine Atmospheric, Geophysical, and Astronomical Services Administration on Monday, September 22nd, warned of life-threatening conditions in northern Luzon as Super Typhoon Nando moved closer to Babuyan Islands. As of 10 a.m., the center of the Eye of Nando was located 110 kilometers east of Calayan, Cagayan, moving westward at 20 kilometers per hour. It was packing maximum sustained winds of 215 kilometers per hour and gusts of up to 265 kilometers per hour. PAGASA raised tropical cyclone wind signal number 5 over Babuyan Islands, warning of extreme threats to life and property from typhoon force winds. Nando is forecast to move westward and may pass close to or make landfall over Babuyan Islands between noon and early afternoon Monday. It is expected to exit the Philippine area of responsibility by Tuesday morning, possibly maintaining or even intensifying its strength before its close approach. Obiena delighted the home crowd by capturing the Atletang Ayala World Pole Vault Challenge at the rain-soaked Ayala Triangle Gardens in Makati City on Sunday, September 21st. The 2-time Olympian cleared the bar at 5.8 meters to match his season-best performance, outshining fellow Olympian Thibaut Collet via countback after the Frenchman registered identical height. It was Obiena's first international title on home soil. Making the victory all the more memorable was winning it before a large, energetic audience, who stayed despite the downpour at the start of the event. I'm really happy with this win. It's a really good way to end the season and a fairy tale finish, I would say, said Obiena. Stay updated with the latest news. Visit our website at www.mb.com.ph or follow us on social media. Thanks for tuning in to the Manila Bulletin Daily Rundown.